Have you ever stood on the edge of a storm, watching the sky darken, feeling the weight of the winds pressing against you? Maybe you have been there, not in a storm of rain and thunder, but in a storm of life. You fought battles no one saw, prayed prayers that seemed unanswered, and carried burdens so heavy that your soul ached under the weight. You knocked on doors that refused to open. You have seen others enter divine doors, while you have silently asked yourself, God, when will it be my turn? You held on, but the weight tested every part of your faith. And maybe, just maybe, you're at the point where giving up seems like the only option. But hear me, God is speaking to you right now. This is not just another moment. This is the time for your turn. The skies have changed. The wait is over. The prayers you thought were lost in the silence? They reached the throne of God. Your victory has arrived. You have not been forgotten. You were not ignored. And what you are about to hear will remind you of a truth greater than the storm, greater than the waiting, greater than every doubt that whispered in your mind. So take a deep breath. Silence all distractions. Because God is saying something to you right now. And when God speaks, everything changes. Imagine yourself standing in front of a locked door. You have the key in your hand, but doubt whispers, what if it doesn't fit? What if this door isn't for me? You hesitate, looking at the door that separates you from what you have been praying for. Many of us live like this, on the verge of breakthrough, but afraid to turn the switch. We pray, we believe, but when victory is within reach, fear creeps in. What if I fail? What if I'm not ready? But today, God is saying, the door is now open. Your victory has arrived. This reminds me of Joshua and the walls of Jericho, Joshua 6. Imagine the scene. Joshua and the Israelites facing an impossible fortress. The walls were thick, unshakable, and his victory seemed out of reach. But God did not tell them to fight with swords or battering rams. Instead, he gave them an instruction that seemed ridiculous, to march around the city for 7 days and, on the 7th day, shout. Can you imagine the doubt that must have crept into their minds? Marching in silence day after day, seeing no progress, no cracks in the wall. Maybe they thought, is this really working? Have we heard God right? But on the 7th day, when they obeyed God's command, the walls collapsed in an instant. Maybe you feel like you've been going around in circles, doing everything right but not seeing any change. Maybe your walls of Jericho are financial struggles, health battles, broken relationships, or silent seasons when God seems distant. But just because you don't see movement doesn't mean God isn't working. The Israelites' victory was not about their strength, it was about their obedience and faith. The walls did not fall because of their screams. They fell because God had already declared victory before the battle even began. Right now, God is telling you, I have already declared your victory. You're not waiting for it, it's already on the move. Just like Joshua, your part is to keep believing, keep walking, and when the moment comes, shout out in faith, knowing that the breakthrough is here. God never calls us into battle without preparing victory first. The walls of your struggle may seem strong, but they are nothing compared to the power of the God who fights for you. So will you keep marching? Will you trust that your victory is not just around the corner, it is already here? Have you ever felt like you were doing everything right, but nothing seemed to change? Like you were planting seeds, praying, working hard, but instead of a harvest, all you got was silence? It's in these moments that doubt whispers, maybe this isn't for me. I may never get there. But here's the truth, delay is not denial. Just because you don't see results yet doesn't mean your victory isn't already underway. Let me tell you about the Chinese bamboo tree. When a farmer plants his seed, he waters it every day, but nothing happens. Not in the first year, not in the second, not in the third or fourth. Can you imagine how disheartening that must be? 5 years of waiting, seeing nothing. But in the 5th year, something incredible happens. In just 6 weeks, bamboo grows over 80 feet. Did he grow 80 feet in 6 weeks? It was growing underground the whole time, building roots strong enough to support its height. This is how God works in our lives. Your victory is not sudden, it is being prepared. God has strengthened your roots, your faith, your character. And when the moment arrives, everything will change faster than you imagined. Maybe your fight is not a battlefield like Joshua's, but it is a battle in your mind, your home, your finances, your relationships. Maybe you've been waiting for that breakthrough, a job offer, a restored marriage, a healed body. You prayed, you trusted, but all you saw was silence. Here is what God is saying to you today. Don't confuse silence with absence. I'm working behind the scenes. Think about David. Before becoming king, he spent years as a shepherd, neglected and forgotten. But in that quiet season, God was preparing him. The same way He is preparing you. Your job is not to figure out the when or the how. Your job is to keep watering the seed, keep believing, keep showing up. Because when God moves, things change in an instant. So, what if your advancement is already scheduled? What if the thing you've been praying for is about to sprout? Would you give up now or wait just a little longer? God is not a God of perhaps. He is a God of fulfilled promises. And today, He is saying to you, your victory has come, not because you are strong, but because He is faithful. So stay strong. Keep believing, because when God says it's time, nothing can stop what He has already set in motion. Father, Almighty and Sovereign, all power and authority belong to you. Every battle, every storm, every fight is under your command. Nothing is hidden from your sight, and nothing happens outside of your perfect will. Today, hearts are lifted in surrender, trusting that His promises never fail. Every tear, every silent prayer, every season of waiting has been seen by you. Your timing is perfect, and your plans are greater than human understanding. When the road seemed impossible, you were already paving the way. When doubt whispered lies, His truth remained unshakable. Mountains may stand tall, but no mountain is greater than your power. Chains may try to hold back, but no chain is stronger than your freedom. The night may have been long, but the morning is breaking through with victory. Strength is renewed, faith is restored, and hope rises like the sun. There is no more fear, no more hesitation, because when you declare victory, nothing can resist it. Doors that seemed locked are opening, and what was lost is being restored. May every heart be filled with confidence, knowing that breakthrough is here. The battle is not fought alone. You have already moved forward. Walls are falling, burdens are being lifted, and peace is flooding every soul. Thank you for being faithful in all seasons. Thank you for being the God of the impossible. Thank you for the victories already achieved. Today is not just another day. Today is the day of answered prayers, the day of breakthrough, the day of victory. In the mighty and unshakable power of your name, let it be done.